Whew, so, you ready for this knock at the cabin?
Yeah, I wonder what twist M. Night Shyamalan has in store for us tonight.
I mean, come on, Al. It's a bit reductive, don't you think? Not every M. Night Shyamalan movie has to be centered around a twist.
Name one.
What about, like Lady in the Water? That one wasn't really twisty.
The twist in that one was that it was a bad movie.
I mean,
Point being, anything that has to do with M. Night Shyamalan has to have a twist. We sit through 80% of his movies just to see if we can guess correctly what's going to happen in the last 10 minutes.
I mean, okay, but I think he's perfectly capable of writing a screenplay that doesn't hang on a twist. I mean, this one's based on a book, right? I mean, what's he going to do, rewrite the ending?
Isn't that what he did with Old?
Shit. I don't know, man. Whatever. Listen, we got a few minutes. I'm going to go hit the head real quick, okay?
Don't twist your ankle on the way out.
Ha!
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Knock, knock.
This is going to get old real quick, isn't it?
Knock, knock.
Oh, come on, man, for real?
Knock, knock.
I get it, okay? I get it.
Knock, knock.
Hey, you can hear that, right?
I can hear you losing your mind.
Knock, knock.
What are you knocking on? I'm in a hallway.
Knock, knock.
Al, come on, man. That's clearly your voice. Just give it up, dude.
Knock, knock.
Okay, I'm over it.
Knock, knock.
Jesus!
No, it's me, Al.
Wait, so this entire time there's no twist, like I have been dead this whole time, or it's not actually like 2004? You've just been whispering in the air ducts of the movie tavern?
Pretty much.
And that's how we're going to end this skit, even after like all the setup about Shyamalan twists?
That's the thing. The twist is, there is no twist.
Well, that sucks. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Tavern Talk. I'm Philip, and joining me this week, Mr. Al Topich. Thank you for being here once again, Al. I appreciate it.
It's been a while.
It has. Last time you were here, we saw the Hellboy remake starring David Harbour, so still sorry about that. I very much apologize. But no, thank you, Al. Filmmaker, but also now a writer for the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, following kind of the local film scene and everything.
Yep, you're covering the local film beat.
Yeah. I mean, anything coming up that we should be excited about, or anything you're writing about that's especially interesting these days?
Lots of festivals coming up.
Yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
From Bentonville to Fort Smith. I'll be at them all, watching all the short films.
Well, definitely check out the Arkansas Democrat Gazette style section on Fridays. You can usually find Al's column there. Really appreciate you taking the time to do this then. I know you got a lot going on, but this week we're talking about Knock at the Cabin. Like I said, this is the latest from M. Night Shyamalan, who his career's had a lot of ups and downs, is one way of putting it anyway.
Mostly downs.
Well, that's where I kind of wanted to start. Where do you come at Shyamalan's career from in general?
I think his best movie is Unbreakable.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Which that was, 2 decades ago?
Yeah, we're sitting at, I think that was right at 2000 or so, 2001 or something.
So, he hadn't really done much that really piqued my interest since then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess his last one was a couple years ago now, Old, I think, which is kind of interesting that he goes from adapting a graphic novel. Knock at the Cabin is an adaptation of a novel by Paul Tremblay. It was called Cabin at the End of the World.
Correct.
Which I have not read. Have you?
I have not read it.
Okay, so yeah, we weren't familiar with the source material. Obviously, kind of the hook of Shyamalan's work is that there's usually a twist. There's usually some kind of, like we kind of noted in the intro, a lot of his films kind of the narrative strength hangs on how strong the twist is. And so let's just start from there. So coming into this, you hadn't read the book, you didn't really know what was going on, but what was that initial reaction to this one?
Well, I came in with kind of low expectations.
Okay.
But Shyamalan, I don't think he's like a very strong visual storyteller. But this one, Knock at the Cabin, I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really liked his kind of the visual choices here. I really did. Like I thought it was very. I don't know exactly. Here's my problem with it. Let me just cut to that. Here's my issue is I don't know exactly what the point of view of the movie is. I don't know what it's trying to say necessarily. There are a lot of themes here. There are a lot of ideas going on, but I haven't been able to pinpoint yet exactly what message he was trying to discuss.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been the trouble with his last couple of movies is that he has good concepts but doesn't really execute them well.
Yeah, well, see, I thought the execution was really good and really strong, and it seemed very intentional. But I can't figure out the intent is the thing. Like I thought the execution, like it looks clean. I think the performers he chose are really strong, and then the performances they give here are really compelling. But at the end of it, I didn't know, like it didn't hit me necessarily emotionally as heavily as I think he intended it to. So I think it was well made. I can't really tell what he was going for.
Yeah, I don't think he understood the source material. If I could be that bold.
Well, I'm definitely interested to go and read the source material now because I've heard the ending is different than what we got in the movie.
I bet the book is probably a lot better than the movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that says about the movie, but I think he wants to tell these Twilight Zone-esque type stories.
Right.
But then, like you said, like the message behind them, which is kind of key for the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
It's just not there because it kind of like Twitter's on the edge of like QAnon conspiracy stuff meets cable news and disaster porn, stuff like that. And it's kind of all over the place, and it's just not cohesive.
I thought at one point in this, I had kind of honed in on like what he might be trying to say thematically, like what he was trying to get across. And it kind of felt like who can we really trust anybody, and how far do we have to go to evaluate any source these days to like get to the actual some like semblance of truth. And it's kind of like short plot synopsis is Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge play a couple with a young girl. She's about to turn 8, I think she said. And they are on vacation at this cabin in the woods. And so all of a sudden, these 4 strangers show up, and they're led by Dave Bautista, and they have to essentially make a sacrifice, otherwise the world is going to end. And it kind of sets up like, it feels like that home invasion thriller, but it's definitely a lot more, it kind of dismisses that really quickly. And is just like, this is, in typical Shyamalan fashion, the dialogue is very direct. It's not trying to resemble real life at all or how people actually talk to one another. It is very direct. Like I said, it was very written, and it kind of skips over the, well, actually, it doesn't skip over the pleasantries, but it like kind of makes the pleasantries the formality of the dialogue, and you just kind of like sit there and it's like, oh, this is very nice. These exchanges are so well worded and everything, and Dave Bautista does especially great with these. I thought I was really, really pleased to see him. Just like outside of Guardians, you had Glass Onion a couple months ago, and now this, and
I felt like his career is kind of being typecast as like the big dumb guy.
Yeah,
and here he's not. He's big, but he's not dumb.
Right. No. He's very empathetic, and he's very just like, even though he seems like the person that would kind of like symbolize this like crazed lunatic conspiracy theorist, he's a very endearing character, and so there is weight to both this family who doesn't want to believe these doomsdayers, but yet the doomsdayers, you're kind of like, do I buy it? Is there truth to it? Which is, I think, key for sustaining this. I mean, it's a quick hour and 40-minute movie. I don't think it overstays its welcome. Regardless of the intent, though, and the thematic elements, what it may be trying to say, I did feel tension throughout all of it. I was kind of on the edge of my seat about like what is going to happen next, or where is this going? Because I didn't really know which direction Shyamalan was going to take it.
The only tension I kind of found in the movie was the tension in Dave Bautista's shirt. Like he's about to bust out of that thing. It's like a size too small. But no, I think kind of the thread of like wondering, are these people telling the truth that that the world's going to end, or if it's not? I don't think that was handled too well.
Okay.
Mainly because the couple really never seems to believe them at any point.
No, yeah, they
So they kind of stick to their one sides. So,
Yeah.
So as an audience member, you either empathize with one or the other. You don't kind of question yourself. Or at least I didn't.
Well, see, I kind of found myself in the Jonathan Groff role where I was like, no, I'm going to be, I'm going to be rational. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to like really take in the context of what it would take for these people to be telling the truth. And like, I'm going to be level-headed about this. But then when they would start to talk, and like the passion with which they would like kind of like confess the quest they were on or the mission they were on, I would be kind of like, does it have some merit to it? Like it got me. Like I was kind of in that like where I was kind of swaying back and forth between like I want to believe them because they seem so passionate about it, but like they sound crazy as hell at the same time. So I didn't know. And so yeah, I felt that kind of pull and that tension, and I was just I really thought that was well executed because it is one location for that 100 minutes, and you're kind of in there with them as this escalates, and I just thought that the pacing and the tension was really well done. But I'm sorry you didn't feel that.
Yeah, because I think like the crux of it all is it's like a Cards Against Humanity type question. Like
That's fair.
Who are you going to save on the railroad track, right?
Right.
That thing, and I couldn't get in there in that mind space. I think that Shyamalan's kind of to blame for that, because I didn't find, like, when I think of him as like a visual storyteller, like I don't really know what his style is. And here it seems like a bunch of hodgepodging of things. Like there was frames that were like 75% empty, like characters' heads like in the bottom corner, and then there was that one tilt shot from Bautista,
yeah.
that never happens again. So it's kind of, I don't. The consistency is a distractor. It was distracting for me at least.
Okay. No, I mean, I actually really I liked the visual language of it. I was intrigued by it. Again, I'm not sure the intent on it or the story completely. Hopefully, again, we just walked out of the theater from seeing this, so it's kind of like not sure of my feelings, as far as that part is concerned, but definitely like felt the tension and felt the just kind of the pull of the two sides here. But what it ultimately meant, I don't know. But I'm probably a bigger Shyamalan fan than you. Then I didn't mind Old. I didn't love the twist at the end.
The last 30 minutes of Old.
Yeah, but up until that, I liked.
It was another one that was a good idea, not executed.
And I liked the visual style of that one as well. So it's kind of, which, you go back to Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and Signs, and I think The Village is gorgeous and has really grown on me over time. But yeah, I mean, you hit that rough patch with Lady in the Water and Happening and Last Airbender, After Earth. It gets really bad in there for a while. But I think he's really come out of it, with like The Visit and Old, and there's probably one in there I'm forgetting, but
Split, I think was
Split. Oh, duh.
We almost got you, bro.
Glass was a really disappointing sequel.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Split was really good too. That was kind of his. I'm
that's
back.
his comeback.
Yeah. So that was his comeback. We're kind of 4 films into that comeback now with Knock at the Cabin. I'm always interested though, and kind of excited to see what he's going to do next. So if nothing else, if you're a Shyamalan fan or curious about a Shyamalan, twist or what his movies might hold in store, I'd recommend it on that. But as you know, at the end of this, we do kind of an out of 5-star initial reaction rating. What would yours be for Knock at the Cabin?
I'm kind of on the fence. I know I've said like a lot of bad things about it so far, but no, I really enjoyed Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
I like kind of the concept of the movie at least. I think there's just a couple of poorly executed moments, especially like the last shot.
Yeah.
Which is unintentionally comedic.
I didn't mind it.
So I would kind of put it like right in the middle, 2.5.
2.5. I'm gonna go a full star over you. Then I'm gonna go with my with 3.5. honestly, if I watch it again, I might bump it up to 4. I can see it being a 4-star for me, but you made me feel bad about saying that. So I'm going to go 3.5 and stay right there pretty safe. And again, calm and rational right there in the middle. But no, you're actually right there in the middle. So no, I'm going to go 3.5. Al's going to go 2.5 on Knock at the Cabin. I say if you're into the genre at all, the kind of suspense thriller, and you like any of Shyamalan's past movies, you might find this one pretty interesting.
If you're a fan of the Twilight Zone,
yeah,
come see it.
Yeah. It's I was pretty invested in it, but no. If you have a movie tavern near you, definitely venture out and see Knock at the Cabin this weekend. At least for me. Al, maybe suggest, I don't know what else. 80 for Brady.
Yeah, that's gonna be 2 thumbs up.
I figured that one would get you. Yeah. No, but thank you so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me,
you
guys.
taking the time to do this. And thank you guys, for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. We upload a new review of the biggest release a couple times a month now, but hit that notification bell. You'll get notified when we upload a new review. But thank you guys. Thank you, Al. We'll see you next time. Peace.